So, as many of you know, I've lately been on a Marvel Comics run where I've been going through a bunch of Marvel material, been reading through characters, studying up on them, and one of these includes the likes of classic Doctor Strange, most importantly from the Strange Tale runs back in the day, and someone from my, team of Marvel people, Grass Santa, shout out to him, brought to my attention a character I've looked at before, I'm certainly familiar with, but I haven't exactly focused on. And once I went through the material for the Supernatural Avengers and some of the other stuff, I realized this is one of the most, if not the most, underrated magic user in all of comic books. This character, of course, is Brother Voodoo, and the version I'm going to talk about is Dr. Voodoo, the Sorcerer Supreme. In particular, the fact that he may very well be the strongest Sorcerer Supreme of all time. By the way, if you ever want to see a ranking, like top 5 Sorcerer Supremes, let me know. I'll work on that, hammer that out. But anyways, I'm going to go over some of the stuff Dr. Voodoo has done and accomplished when at the helm of Sorcerer Supreme, because as many of you know, Classic Strange got retconned. One of the things was his title, and eventually his title was passed to Brother Voodoo. And we're going to go over his feats, get into how strong he is, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, a little backstory. Brother Voodoo is, of course, someone who dabbles in voodoo. He's from Haiti. He's relatively obscure in Marvel. He's not shown too much, but he is considered, even before taking the title of Sorcerer Supreme, one of the most capable magic users, even capable of combating the likes of Scarlet Witch, which is freaking out. They believe he could come back and possess her. But once he gets the Sorcerer Supreme title, he does a bunch of crazy things. Off the bat, one of them, he was able to actually contend with Dormammu and imprison him within the dark dimension. Now, if you don't know who Dormammu is or how strong he is, check out my How Strong is Doctor Strange video. I really go in depth about Dormammu. This fight was important because, he fought Dormammu and imprisoned him. He just didn't straight up beat him, and Dormammu has actually been capable of contending with Eternity before. He then goes on to have a conflict with Nightmare. Now, this battle with Nightmare was so massive, and I've gone over before in my How Strong is Marvel, just the potential of Nightmare as a problematic abstract in the Marvel Universe. At this point, even Death was scared her cycle of feeding would end if Dr. Voodoo did not defeat Nightmare, and that the plane itself, the plane of existence, hinged on his success in fighting Nightmare. He then goes on, Dr. Voodoo of course, to open and close the gates of heaven and seal Nightmare inside. At this point also, the reason Supernatural Avengers is something really worth checking out is the crossover with Doctor Doom and Brother Voodoo. Doctor Doom's an awesome character, so of course seeing him with Dr. Voodoo is amazing. After Nightmare was freed, he took control of every place in the universe besides Latveria, of course, because no one pulls up on Latveria. That's where Doom hangs out. And he was able to control several powerful characters. This would include the likes of Magic, Dracula, Man-Thing, and Ghost Riders. We then see some more things that Dr. Voodoo can see. For instance, he can casually freeze time. And he can either do it on a large scale or he can do it to one person. This occurred in the Stitch in Time story. He's easily able to teleport people to dimensions of his choosing. When he fought Nightmare's army in that one story I was previously referring to, Nightmare had already shown his capabilities of taking over people and breaking their will. This would include characters like Captain America, Hulk, and Punisher, some of the most willful characters in Marvel, and he captured Doctor Strange. This is impressive because Dr. Voodoo was actually still able to break free from Nightmare. He then went on to contend with Nightmare's controlled army. He was able to knock around 2 Ghost Riders at the same time. He was able at one point to contain the lost souls of Shumagorath to watch over in case any entity converged into the plane without him noticing, and he is actually able to command them to fight for him. Doctor Strange himself, and this is one of the reasons I find a good case for Dr. Voodoo being the strongest, is that Doctor Strange would never attempt this. He said it's too dangerous, too risky, too dark. And Dr. Voodoo says, yeah, but you're not me. So he's more willing to go places Doctor Strange wouldn't, which can matter in the grand scheme of power. He then calls upon the Shield of Seraphim. This shield is very powerful. In fact, we saw it in Strange Tales, I believe 157, 158, when classic Doctor Strange contended with the Living Tribunal. He actually used his shield to momentarily deflect one of the Living Tribunal's attacks. Dr. Voodoo then goes on to defeat a being Dormammu had bonded to. He is able to call upon spirits to fight for him in the physical world, and he did this to beat the crap out of the High Evolutionary, who, as I touched on before in previous videos, was capable of contending with Galactus. He later completely smacks around Dormammu, impaled Magic and killed Dracula. He went on to fight Doctor Doom, and he and Doom were casually flying through dimensions themselves while fighting. Time was different in every dimension as well, and it didn't slow him down at all. He was able to destroy some of Doom's armor. This is impressive, particularly for Doctor Doom, because while he is strong, he varies in strength, and this particular Doom actually was able to fight Zarathos, and Zarathos is the spirit that powers Ghost Rider. Dr. Voodoo, as the fight progressed, was able to overpower Dr. Doom and send him on his way, basically beat the crap out of him. Dr. Voodoo later was able to one-shot Man-Thing, who has gone as far as to mix with the Divine Creator, who's above imagination. He was able to slap around Nightmare, and he actually made him bleed with just a single punch. And after this battle, everything Nightmare had done to the universe was completely reset as if it never happened. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Dr. Voodoo. If you agree he's the most underrated magic user in comic books. If you believe there's someone else more underrated and you think you have a fair case for it, go ahead and get in the comment section and let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see a future matchup, sorry it's early, with Brother Voodoo in a versus battle, let me know and who you want to see him go against. If you want to see me rank the Sorcerer Supremes, let me know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been your favorite villain, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.